All right, here is phase two, I guess we could call it that. Well, no, I'm completely wrong there. It's still phase one, but it's part two of phase one of this new. I mean, is it a new split? I don't know. Not, not really. I've only changed. I've only changed Sunday and Tuesday, but I'm like in a sense I'm still doing what I was doing before, just more back volume and more specific for each day. So like Sunday I did all rows. Today's going to be all kind of pulling. Not I don't want to say pulling motions, pull down motions or pull up motions. And I even consider the pull over the same thing because it hits my lats the same way. So I might even throw those in today. It really depends where I can squeeze in because I've talked to a couple people in here already and they're all hitting back too. So one, I'm really glad I snagged this before anybody else did. Um, and two, I'm gonna try to. So like normally on my back and bicep day, I would do a back exercise, 3 or 4 sets, move on to a bicep. The only bicep exercise I do 3 to 5 sets, and then I finish with 2 or 3 more back exercises. I think I'm gonna flip that today. I think I'm gonna do rather than just one. I think I'm gonna do 2 back exercises, then do the bicep, and then finish with 1 or 2 more back exercises. There's really 2 reasons. One, because like I said, a lot of people are hitting back today. So, and this machine, this lat pull down is very popular. So while I have it, I want to kind of do as much as I can. And then two, I also want to get as much back volume and sets in before I kind of fatigue my biceps. Because you guys know, on any kind of back movement, no matter how much you try, your biceps are going to be a factor. And your forearms, your grip, all of that. So like, if I can do 6 or 7 sets here with different grips before I even do biceps, I think that's going to be a benefit. Um, at least, at least for the short term, see how it goes. If a month from now I just don't like it, I want to switch back to what I was doing, then I will. But that's kind of the plan. So I'll do like 3 sets here. I probably won't do a drop set on the first one. Well, fuck, I don't know. I always say that and then end up doing it. So we'll see. But I'm gonna do 3 sets with this kind of shoulder width grip, maybe or maybe not a drop set, and then I'll switch to the close grip one, do 3 more, and then we'll move on to biceps. So it's gonna be a lot of lat pull downs to start, kind of boring, I guess, but I think it's gonna be what's best. So let's just see how this first one goes. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that felt that felt a little on the heavy side today. This kind of being right in the middle of the fourth week of the cut, that it kind of makes sense, I guess. My strength is going to start to go down a little bit. I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to, kind of mitigate that, but it's kind of, no matter what you do, it's going to happen. You're cutting out fats. My carbs are down, my calories are down. It's kind of hard to avoid. But I don't know if this is just the effect of I literally just hit back 2 days ago, or that was just a good set. Hopefully that's what it is. But my back's pretty lit up already. So do a couple more like that and switch the handle and then keep it going. Almost went to the set without fucking my music in. Can't do that. They play music here, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't do nothing for me. It is not my kind of music. And honestly, I'll listen to just about anything if it makes me want to sing along with it. But the music they play here a lot of times, it doesn't even do that. So, anyways, that really has no relevancy to what I'm about to do. But all right, set number 2, 50 reps. Man, I really wanted to squeeze out one more, but I don't know if I grabbed it too far back, but the fucking grip was wanting to like pull out of my hands this way. So it was like tilting down like this, and I was losing my grip. Not making excuses, but I guess I am. All right, that was 50, right? Well, maybe like 40 less than that. I think I did 10. Not quite 50. But we'll have to live with that today. Sir,
Sorry.
hey, you can work in, but that's $5 for every second you're on it. All right, you know what? It was literally like a 50-50 shot of me doing a drop set, but I'm gonna do one. I just can't help myself. Okay, let's switch up the grip and do it again. I have a sneaky suspicion this might be a little on the heavy side, but regardless, since I have 3 sets and a drop set here, on this first one, I want to try it. If I can't get at least 10 pretty smooth reps, then I'm gonna go down and wait because it's just like I said. Even though I have 3 more and a drop set, I know I know my body, and I can feel my lats already getting pretty fucked up. So if I say I only get 8 and they're pretty tough, 2 more sets of this weight is just gonna be asking too much out of my body. So it's all gonna come down to this set. So your guess is as good as mine, but we're gonna fucking find out. Okay, that was actually. Ooh, let me catch my breath here. Got a little lightheaded. That was actually better than I thought. So I'm gonna do 2 more. And if the third one's kind of rough, drop set recover all that lost ground. So yeah, sounds good. All right, so far, I gotta say, how I said earlier, normally I would have went straight to a bicep after these first 3 exercises, but I didn't today. And I gotta say, I think I like it. Of course, I'm not all the way done, and it could just be kind of in the heat of the moment thing, just because it's something new and different and fresh. But so far, I'm liking it. My back is getting so much more focus and emphasis and isolation, which again, my arms don't need much work, so that's all pluses for me. So yeah, let's do 1 more drop set, and then we'll move on to biceps. Let's crank the fucking music up on this one. Okay. Fuck. Let's go do biceps. All right, I'm gonna go pretty heavy here. Um, the machine is completely maxed out. And again, I've said this before, but I'll say it real quick. You know, this is 150 pounds of resistance plus 15 on the knob here, so 165. Now I know it's not actually 165 because for the I'll probably get at least 10 reps here in the first one, if not more. I know I could not do that with free weight. You know, 165 on a free weight preacher curl, maybe I could get, I don't know, five, give or take. So yeah, this, or maybe it's just the pulley system here. Maybe it actually is 165, but it just feels easier. I don't know. Whatever it is, 165. Basically, what I'm thinking is do as many sets as I can with this weight. If I can do them all, I'll do them all. But like 4 sets with a drop set probably is what I'm gonna do here. So if I get 2 sets and after the second one it's just feeling really heavy, I'll go a little lighter. You guys know. You guys know the drill. So let's just do one like always. Go from there. All right, honestly, that went about just like I thought it would. I did 10 straight, pretty smooth. A little rest, pause, did a couple more. And honestly, it might play out just like I kind of was predicting, but not predicting. I was just kind of giving a scenario. But after the second set, might be a little too much. I may have to go down to whatever, do a couple more, and then the drop set. We'll see, though. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to etch that in stone, as I always like to say, but it's looking like that. So we'll see. Oh, yeah, that was way more difficult than the first one. Fuck. Well, I kind of had that feeling. So let's go. I don't know. Let me just try to turn this. Like I said, this little dial can add 15 more. Let's just bring that down to 0. Make it 150. That's still pretty fucking heavy. But maybe I can get 10. 2 sets of 10. I don't know. We'll just do one more and kind of see. Um, I'm thinking maybe I can get at least 10 since I took 15 pounds off. And then the fourth one, if I can keep it at 150, maybe I'll get 8. And then we'll do the drop set. I don't know. I'm kind of just making this up as I go at this point. So yeah, let's just try that. All right, again. Fuck. Whew. Okay, that's gonna be it for biceps. They're pretty fucking toast. Woo. How do they look? Damn, I can barely even flex them right now. Okay, let's do a little bit more back. Might wrap it up after that. All right, let's check out the pump. All right, I think I'm gonna do. What's it been? Probably 3 or 4 weeks. I think I'm gonna do what I did 3 or 4 weeks ago, or however long it's been. I could be completely fucking way off there, but I think I'm gonna do all my back posing right here, and then bring my camera, if I can, as long as no one's over there, over to the other side where I like the lighting for the front double bicep and all those kind of poses, front lat spread, all that good stuff. But yeah, I know those last three exercises. It was a they're all pretty much high rep, really high rep. But honestly, at that point, I was okay with it. I was really more focused on. I mean, I'm always focused on getting a good stretch, but I was really focused on getting that good squeeze and contraction. So, um, I didn't want to go too heavy because, at least for me personally, when I start to go too heavy, I don't know. It's just it takes away from that contraction. You know, you're if the weight's so heavy that you're just trying to get the weight up or get the weight down in this case on a pull down, you can't really focus on that squeeze and contraction like I was trying to on that. Again, I'm always trying to focus on getting a good stretch, controlling the weight, getting a good squeeze. But sometimes, on certain days, on certain exercises, I might focus a little more on the stretch, say, on a certain exercise that I'm doing that day for so many sets. And then just like on this, where I was sitting down with that rope, I was more focused on the contraction portion. So, I'll do that every now and then, throw those little different nuance changes in there just to get a different feel, different angle of attack, if you will. But yeah, so I didn't want to go too heavy doing that. Anyways, let's do the back poses here. I'll go over there. We'll do the fucking bicep and some other shit. See what it's looking like. Ain't that a bitch? You know what sucks? I went through my whole posing routine over here. Didn't hit record. Now I gotta do it again. Alright. All right, that was kind of the sped up version. That sucks, man, because when I first got over here, I was really hitting the poses hard, trying to make it really good. And my dumbass didn't hit record. What a waste. Because I can definitely confirm this was not as good as when I first got over here. Fuck. That sucks. Well, at any rate, you guys get the point. All right, time to go do 20, 25 more minutes of cardio to add on to the 7 minutes that I've already done. I mean, I don't know. All in all, I think it's too early to judge and say how I like, doing all rows on Sunday, all pull down and kind of pull up motions today. I will confirm and say my back is fucked up in a good way. It is on fire. So, like I said, we'll let it play out a couple more weeks at least, if not longer. And I'll really kind of have a good idea if this is something I'm going to continue for a while or if it's just going to be a little phase for a couple months. I tend to lean, I will say this, I'm leaning toward I really like it. But again, that could just be because it's new, it's fresh, just something different. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go get my fucking cardio done.